I want to welcome everybody here to 1626 Harding Place, the location of the new Station 20 here in Green Hills. And then we'll have our ribbon cutting today. And before everyone leaves this afternoon, I want to remind you we have refreshments inside. So before we leave and after the mayor and Chief White do the ribbon cutting, please everybody step inside and have them a bottle of water and a cookie. Well, we'll move this along. I know it's warm in here, so I'm going to recognize a few people today. Director Chief Coleman, retired. Assistant Chief Charlie Vance, Captain Charlie Moyer, Deputy Director Al Thomas. Let's see who else I've missed here today. These are all former retired members of the Nashville Fire Department. If there's anybody else, I don't think I've missed anyone else. I want to welcome them to this opening here today. I have a few comments and I'm going to turn it over to Chief White. This particular building is a consortium designed and built by General Services Nancy Whittemore, Director, American Contractors, and Concentric Architect in conjunction with the Fire Department. This particular building is, Chief White will tell you in a minute how far along it is, but this is a LEED, silver LEED building. Now, the term LEED, you may hear it a lot, and just for reference, it stands for Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. And this particular building is a silver LEED building, as many of the new fire stations and buildings in Metro are. So that's something that we designed these structures, and it's a good thing for the environment, it's a good thing for the people that have to work in them. So that being said, and to move this process along, I'm going to turn it over now to Director Chief Ricky White. Thank you.
Again, I want to thank everyone for coming out on this balmy afternoon to have a soft opening of this station. We're proud to be here in the Green Hills part of town to celebrate the new home of Station 20. The old Station 20 was located on Richard Jones Road about a mile north of here rather. And it was 50 years old and was getting a little bit dilapidated. As you can well imagine, technology that was in place in 1963 relative to heating and air and stuff like that wasn't near as efficient as what we have nowadays. So there'll be cost savings associated with this new structure just through utilities and other things as well. I believe it'll have a solar array on top. There again, that's part of the LEED certification. It's also a way of maybe reusing some of this energy that's making us real warm right now to maybe do some work for us as well. 50 years is how old the old Station 20 is. I don't know if any of you look at Nashville Retrospect, the newspaper that goes back many, many years with news articles. And recently they had an article that had a brand new picture of Station 20 when it was built in 1963, and also Station 19, which will be dedicated tomorrow. But that was in 1963, and of course we went Metro in 64. Those two structures were in preparation to offering somewhat countywide fire protection. So I thought that was pretty neat to see that structure when it was new. Another thing I thought was pretty good, and one thing we don't have to worry about with the boss that we have today, Mayor Dean, they didn't have any firefighters to put in them. So when this one is ready for a full-blown opening, we will have the firefighters to put in them. This particular station, due to its location, it's going to enhance coverage that we got. We're not going to lose anything, any coverage proper inside of Green Hills, but it's going to allow us to enhance our fire and medical protection on out into Forest Hills and even to Belle Meade as far as the county line, how that goes. So it's going to offer more efficiency as far as us getting our emergency crews to the place where they need to do work, and just really should be a win-win-win for everybody all the way around. As I stated earlier, this station's modern, efficient, and expandable. It needs to increase beyond the fire engine, the medic unit, and the brush truck that are going to be housed here. If we saw a real need for expansion of fire service protection services here, for example, along down the road, we'd have the capacity to put another fire engine in here. So there again, I think that was real good planning, and I can't thank Nancy Whittemore and her staff enough for helping us with that. We're always glad to open a new station. You know, everybody likes new stations, firefighters and everything, all that aside, but these people really train hard, they work hard to offer this city some very enhanced emergency services. And, you know, in that sense, I think that, you know, whenever we can do it, they deserve a new station like this. Also, this community deserves a station like this. I think aesthetically it blends in with the community, and I don't think you'll have any problems as far as the calls and things like that are concerned. There's still a few finishing touches that are going to be put on this station. We're calling this a soft opening. Within the next few weeks, the companies and the crews will be moving in, but it's not that far out, so they'll be in these new quarters quicker than we can probably expect. I want to say this right now, though. None of this would be possible without the man that's sitting here beside me, Mayor Carl Dean. He's made education. He's made public safety several priorities throughout the city. And as far as I'm concerned, he's lived up to his word on that with public safety and new stations that we have now. This is number 8 under his tenure, and in my recollection, I can't remember a mayor ever building more stations than that. And I think that's something to be proud of, Mayor, and I hope you are. But anyway, without saying anything else, I do want to introduce Mayor Dean, and once again, thank you, Mayor.
Well, thank you, Chief White, and, for those kind words, and thank you all for being here today. Once this is totally completed, this state-of-the-art, efficient new fire station will better serve and protect thousands of homes in Green Hills, Forest Hills, Belmead, students at Hillsborough High School, and many commercial properties, including the mall at Green Hills. This modern new station will replace one that was built in 1963, just at the time that we were combining Nashville and Davidson County into the metropolitan government. Since then, I'm proud to say this city has steadily grown, and with it, so have the demands on firefighters and paramedics. Station 20 has served this area well, but along with the cost of upkeep and maintenance grew with the area. This $4.5 million project is a perfect example of our efforts to modernize the city as economically and efficiently as possible. It's being built on land obtained completely free of charge, courtesy of Metro Water Services. It is in the process of being evaluated for LEED status, which measures efficiency and environmental standards, and it should receive LEED certification as silver. This station even has a unique stormwater cistern that will be used for training, testing equipment, washing vehicles that are stationed here. The cistern will reduce the amount of water that is taken from Metro's water system. We're fortunate to have a skilled professional fire department keeping us safe, and we need to make sure that the men and women who serve as firefighters and paramedics have modern and effective resources to do their job. This new station is just one of the steps we've taken to make sure we meet that commitment. Another step takes place tomorrow, just west of downtown. Tomorrow we'll be cutting the ribbon on another new fire station, Station 19, just off Charlotte Avenue. This new station will host some of the city's most critical emergency equipment in a key central location. I'm very proud that we've been able to cut the ribbon on 7 other fire stations before today. And as we've watched Nashville grow over the last 8 years, we recognize that our commitment to public safety must grow along with it. We've made a lot of investments to keep our citizens safe and secure, and this is another example of that commitment to the community. Thank you for joining us today and celebrating new Fire Station 20, and now we cut the ribbon.